Eamon Khan here, 4 Seconds Out with Paul Butler, former world champion Paul Butler in Manchester at Champs Camp. Paul, how you doing, sir?
All good, mate, yeah. Nice to be back in the gym. I've been back in a couple of weeks now, so feeling good.
I feel like maybe you've been a slight little bit dishonest there and saying all good because maybe you're frustrated at not having a fight date, Paul, right now.
Yeah, I would like a fight date, as every boxer would. But I'm back in. I spoke to Joe last week and I've told him I'm ready for anything, end of October, middle of November. I'm ready for title fight-wise. If it's not a title fight-wise, then I'll be ready in 4 or 5 weeks, you know what I mean? If it's just a normal 6-8 rounder, a tick over. But I don't want them fights, to be honest. I want title fights now, and if that's an eliminated, if that's for an intercontinental title, if it's for a world title, I need a good 8 to 10 weeks, 12 weeks.
In terms of, the options that we've presented to you, what's it like in terms of motivation for fights where it's not for a world title, given what you've already accomplished in your career?
Yeah, I'd like to think I'm pretty professional, to be fair. Like, it doesn't matter to me if it's a 6-rounder or an 8-rounder. I'll always do the weight the best I can, and I'll always prepare best I can. You'll always get 100% out of me in the gym. Just been down there. I've only been back in 2 weeks or so, and I'm giving 100%. I'm always giving 100% in the gym. You're only here for a couple of hours, so you may as well put it in while you're here. And I pass that on to the amateurs who are training as well. So I think everything I do, I think they look up to. So I like to put 100% in myself.
How well do you feel you are positioned for a world title shot if it does come about?
Yeah, listen, I'll be more than ready if it was to be given 8, 10, 12 weeks. I think I'll be in great shape. I think that's what I need to actually get sharp, to get the sparring in, to get the right training in, to get the diet right. Obviously, I'm at a bantamweight and I walk around at close to 10 stone. So, yeah, you do need. You can't just do that overnight, and you can't do that in 6 weeks. So, I do need the right time, and I'd be fully prepared to be ready for world titles.
Hard to make the weight release harder than it once was?
No, I think with the nutritionalists and the strength and conditioners that we have now, I think I make it, mind you, and the foreign countries I've been boxing in, where it's been nice and warm, it's been a lot easier to make the weight. I haven't struggled since I failed weight against Manny Rodriguez. I haven't struggled since then. Brought a nutritionist on board, and I've nailed the weight every single time.
Yeah, you're right. There's something that struck in my memory. I can't remember whose interview it was, otherwise I'd give him the credit, but you were doing an interview and you were like eating like a Halo ice cream thingy.
That's what we have. Yeah, it's like 320 calories, and we have them like the night before the weigh-in. Just your body needs to know that it's still getting not so much everything's fruit, veg, meat. It's just nice to have a little treat now and again, and Halo ice cream isn't bad at all.
We got an opportunity recently to take on one of the best in boxing, Naoya Inoue. Look at what your reflections on that fight and just how good is Inoue as a fighter.
Yeah, mate, he's very good. You've just seen what he done a few weeks ago with Fulton at the weight above. I think everyone thought that'd be his tough test, his acid test, and look what he done. I think he lost 1 round and he goes out the next round and knocks him out. He's very good. Obviously, being in the ring with him myself, I know how good he is, I know how hard he hits, I know what he does well. I can't say I know what he doesn't do well, because he literally does everything well. I think, look at every part of his game. His feet are good, his hand speed's good, his power's good, his movement in and around the ring, putting you in certain places is very good. I thought that was the best what he done, to be fair. I thought he manoeuvred me into places where I didn't want to be at times. And I think my feet at times got me out of a lot of trouble. Because I knew exactly what he was doing. I do it with the kids and the amateurs in the gym ourselves, cutting off the ring, making the ring as small as possible. But I just believe that my knowledge in and around the ring got me out of a lot of trouble.
Outside of the ring and heading into the fight week, there were some interesting moments. There was maybe mind games or legitimate claims from the Fulton team that, look, we want to know about your hand wraps, we want to know that sort of situation. I was thinking, and I was speaking to some of my friends, like, if hand wraps were a real issue, yourself, Joe Gallagher would have been on top of that, and that wouldn't be a thing. So is there a claim that maybe he's stacking it all?
He does stack it. Listen, we've all seen the videos online. He does stack, but it's allowed over there for some strange reason. They don't pull him up on it. We obviously pulled him on it, and they were like, it's allowed here. which it's clearly not over here, but they get away with it over there. I don't think he did against Fulton. I'm not 100% sure. I think Inoue's coach wrapped them the normal way, but when he boxed me, he stacked them, and Quigg actually went in and watched him wrap his hands, and he said, "Wow," he said, "I've never ever seen hands wrapped like that before." He said they were stacked, and they listen, loads of tape on them, loads of tape on the hands, on the skin. Then he went to bandage, then he went to tape, then he went back to bandage, back to tape. He said it's the best he's seen. So I'm sure Scott's seen a lot of hand wraps, but he said they were special. Like
Floyd was saying as well, look, he needs to come over to the US, have some more fights in the US as well, get that checked out, maybe get some testing as well too. Not trying to get you to point the finger, but is that something you'd want to see more of?
Mate, I said it years before I boxed him. I said he needs testing. What kid goes from, I think it was it 7 stone 10, and he's up to 8 stone 10 now, and he's still putting people flat on the back. I don't think it's normal. He's very good at what he does. His skills are very good. His ability is unbelievable. But to be carrying that power up, pretty much like what everyone said about Pacquiao years and years ago, how's he coming down from that weight all the way up to, and then stopping Margarita? I think that was his highest weight. How's he doing it? I think Floyd could be right. I think he does need testing. I think he does need to come over to America, get them regular tests. But listen, we'll never know. So you can't point the finger and say he is a cheat, because he's never been proven to be a cheat.
All things equal and all things given, would you pick him to beat Gervonta Davis if that fantasy fight could ever get made?
Gervonta is too big. Listen, it's a good fight, but Gervonta is too big. Inoue's body frame's no bigger than mine. I just think his power, his ability will get him through the weights above super bantam. I think feather will probably be his limit. I think super feather may be a little bit too big for him, but I think Gervonta is literally too big. Unless they brought in like a weight restriction the next day, then it'd be a decent fight. But I can't see Gervonta doing that. He's not daft enough.
That's a couple of questions from heavy hitters, from the smaller weights up all the way up to the bigger weights. We've been waiting for a long time for this anti-Joshua versus Deontay Wilder fight. Seems like we're not getting it again. Who would you like to see anti-Joshua face if it's not Deontay Wilder, like so Ruiz, Cabello, Hrgovic? Who would you like to see?
Yeah, I'd like to see the Ruiz fight again. To be fair, I don't think Ruiz has been given a fair crack since the AJ rematch. When AJ, listen, he won it well, but it's a case of, it's like Santa Cruz and Frampton all over again. He's got his win. He doesn't really need to go back there. He doesn't want to go back there. But I would like to see the Andy Ruiz fight again. I was interested in the Dillian White fight until the drugs again, which is happening quite a lot in boxing, and it's becoming a joke. The boxing's becoming a joke. But yeah, I think I'd like to see the Ruiz fight again. I think Ruiz looks in good shape because he's meant to be boxing Wilder. Wilder's saying he's asking for too much money. Yeah, I think there's some really big fights to be made in the heavyweight division. It's just when we're going to see them.
There is a big fight or a big exhibition, not too sure of the rules at the moment, but Tyson Fury is taking on Francis Ngannou. You paying for that fight?
No, not a chance. Like, I'm not interested in it. There's only one fight I want to see Tyson in, and that's with Usyk. I don't want to see Ngannou, mate. He's never boxed. He's never boxed in his life. He's done a bit of MMA. Obviously, he was very good at MMA, but listen, boxing's a completely different sport, and he'll find out on fight night.
We'll leave the final word with you. When can we expect to see you back in the ring?
Hopefully November. I've asked for November, so hopefully we can get a good title fight, maybe an eliminator of some sort, or even if one of the world champions want to box me in November, start of December, let's go.
Well, real pleasure speaking to you. Thanks for speaking to Seconds Out. Catch up with you very soon. Good man.